Alrighty, Reddit Insanity, where people post the dumbest things they can possibly think of onto Reddit. I'm Michael.
I'm Noah.
Let's start. Alrighty, first one is by I'm Not Crazy, You Are. This person puts, yeah, it sounds bad, but normally sex or any other noises at 2 a.m. got ignored in my house because our kids have music that plays in their room at night, and it is in the past always drowned out even the loudest of my moans during sex.
Gross.
On rare occasion, even screams. But she makes sure to put that
Rare occasions.
so long as all doors are shut. Edit. Because she's put, this is the kind of person she is. She puts edit in the middle of the stories.
Lord.
This is a given where they are located in the house. We don't live in a tiny apartment. So, on top of this, our kids tend to sleep through the train, they will sleep through a train wreck, but not this day.
I thought you were going to say she went to a train wreck.
She went through a train?
Yeah, exactly.
Last night, me and my husband had sex and I didn't finish, as I normally would. So I get tired, so I tried to get off using the wand and watching something with another edit. I'm not reading the edits though anymore because it's just pointless. She's trying to justify everything that she put in the post originally.
Oh.
But I couldn't find my headphones in the dark and told my husband to try to go to sleep since he has to go to work early. So I didn't want to turn on the light and look around for them so as not to disrupt his wind down after he got off.
She fucking wore him out.
So I decided to watch on the lowest light setting and a lower volume. Low enough that it's nowhere near as loud as whenever we actually do have sex, but loud enough that you could understand what they were saying. I'm getting close whenever I hear something in the hallway and pause the video. My husband asked what was up, and I said I heard something. So he just said he'd get up and check it out so that I could finish and not have to start over.
Jesus.
I know.
You should at least stop entirely and see what's going on.
It's like, I heard a noise. Oh.
Let's go back to jacking off.
Well, he's gone for about a minute or so, and in this time, I quickly finish. Until he comes back in immediately after and informed me that our oldest, 5, was out of bed, and now back in their room wondering why Mom was awake and watching videos with people making funny noise and saying, oh yeah, a lot.
Oh, Lord.
My stomach dropped, and we both panicked as to what to say because we've never dealt with this before because it clearly wasn't us making the noises, so we couldn't say that it was. Because he sent them back to the bed, we formulated for a minute, and then when he got back in bed, I got up and went in and told my kid that I was watching massage videos to learn how to give better massages. They were skeptical at first and asked what a massage was. So I said I'd show them, and really quick, and I'd just massage their shoulders for a second. I was like, that's a massage. Feels good, right? That's why the people were saying, oh yeah, because it feels good. They were like, okay, why?
I don't believe you, bitch.
I just told them, so I give them to daddy whenever his back hurts and told them to go back to sleep. I got back to bed and just decided to collapse into myself like a dying star and fell asleep. Please, God, don't let them repeat this encounter to anyone. And then there's like a fuck ton of edits for the story.
Damn.
And I'm not going through all those edits. That's a lot.
I want to make sure we had the full context of what was going on, I guess.
Yes. Next one is by Lord Mix-a-Lot.
Lord Mix-a-Lot.
I think I know where that comes from, though.
Which?
From that, isn't it Mix-a-Lot, the one that sings, My Anaconda Don't Want None?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it is. I think that is Lord Mix-a-Lot. So this person puts, a couple of months ago, I met a guy online, and we agreed to meet up. I went to his place, which was in a perfectly nice part of town, but a little out of the way from where I live. His apartment was lovely. He had a cute cat, and importantly, he was the same guy as the photos in his profile.
Yay.
And quite handsome to boot. But enough with the preamble. This wasn't a date. This was a hookup, and after the pleasantries were done, we started making out and getting handsy. Not too much longer, I dropped to my knees and started unbuttoning his pants. This is whenever the fuck up happened. Now, this guy's penis was totally normal. Nice size and shape, definitely bigger than average, circumcised, which is usually unusual where I come from, but not weird at all, well-groomed. But it had one feature that I had never seen before. He had 2 holes.
Where he had a piercing?
One where a urethra typically is, and the other above at the top of his head.
Yeah, probably had a
My reaction to seeing the extra hole must have been pretty apparent because he immediately started explaining what it was. It's what's known as a duplicate urethra. In his case, it was non-functional. It was incomplete, which effectively means it wasn't connected to anything, and that was pretty common. I have since learned that about 1 in 200 boys are born with this in some form.
What?
I've never heard of this.
1 in 200?
Yeah, it's
I don't know. With guys, you talk about your dick all the time. That's never come up in a conversation.
no, I got 2 piss holes. How about that?
Jesus Christ.
Not at all. Not all end up with 2 holes in the head of their dicks, but it's not uncommon.
Huh.
Yeah, it is. What?
Hey, I never heard of it.
I really appreciated him explaining it to me, but I could tell he was weary of having to do it, and it pretty much killed the vibe. We continued and I finished him off with a blowjob, but it lost the sexiness and excitement that the night started out with. Now, here's my explanation of what happened.
Yeah.
He had a piercing,
Huh?
as you said,
Yeah.
and he had to come up with a reason as to why this existed. And she's a gullible person and believed it.
Probably.
It's the only thing I'd never heard of this.
No.
Next one is by Employment OK 5927. This person puts, I work at a pet store, and working in retail, I have enough stories in their own. I was covering the register while the rest of my coworkers and managers were in another aisle. A girl around my age and her mother came in, and they walked to my side of the register, and the daughter puts a bag on the counter. A snack-sized Ziploc bag
I don't know why the hell I'm so tired again. God dang, man.
with a dead betta fish in it. I just stared down at it, completely stunned, like literally too stunned to speak. The mother says, we bought this fish a few days ago when it already died. Are we able to return it? And I just look at her, so genuinely flabbergasted. My daughter's really upset about it. The fish was only a few days old. So I let out a huff and a nervous laughter. It was my first response. And the only thing my brain could come up with as a response was, I'm so sorry, it wasn't funny, but it kind of is. Let me ask my manager.
So, hey, Todd.
I didn't mean to laugh at her. It was just my response out of nerves. It took everything in me not to laugh in this poor morning girl's face over a dead fish in the snack baggie.
Jesus.
I walked over to where my managers were and asked them, in the midst of laughter, what the policy is for dead animals. Thankfully, my manager handled it from there on because I couldn't, for the life of me, keep it together. So he laughed in this poor little girl's face about her fish dying.
Fuck you, damn fish. And he fucking sucks in the mouth.
Next one is by Kat. MMKAT. This person puts, my mom spontaneously made dinner for my girlfriend and me and brought it over, together with some fresh paprika peppers, I'm assuming bell peppers, that usually go with the food she made. I go to the kitchen and throw the food in the oven to warm it up and cut up the peppers. Girlfriend walks in and she says, oh, your mom says these are really spicy, so she can't eat them. Oh, they're really spicy, and starts coughing after a bite. Me, okay. Maybe not the right choice for dinner then. I'll put them in the fridge for some other time. Also, I'll just go to the toilet real quick. Food should be ready in about, now. BRB. I don't, who says BRB in a conversation?
Oh, a murderer?
Ask me how I found out that them peppers are spicy as fuck.
You
About
your dick?
About 2 minutes into dinner, had to go cold shower my dick and balls for around 10 minutes, angrily soaping and scraping. Lesson learned.
What if we can learn not to grab your dick after touching free hands after touch your food? Yeah, I don't know what the fuck going on with say.
Next one is by, hey, what the F?
I feel like, hey, what the F?
First puts, well, literally sitting at work with a damp, pee-stained backside as I type this. I, a 30-year-old male, went to the restroom and sat down to do my business.
Well, get the fuck out of the damn chair before you ruin it. That's what I would have done. Get the fuck out of the chair.
Before doing my business. This particular toilet at my office is rather elevated and large, and is kind of awkward yet comfortable to sit on. Well, I guess I didn't sit back far enough, and that makes sense. And my dangus was positioned kind of in an upward position between my thighs. What? I'm trying to figure that one out. What?
Say it again?
It says, let's see, where was it? And my dangus was positioned kind of in an upward position between my thighs as he sat down on the toilet.
Your dangus. Your dick or your das?
Dick. Positioned at an upward angle.
So he's hard as a rock. Put it up against the fucking little, the part where like the strap where it holds, just fucking hold it right there. Something like that.
I didn't notice this whenever I started peeing, and the stream managed to clear the toilet bowl rim and land directly in my dropped trousers and underwear.
There you go.
I panicked, removed the soiled underwear, and took it to my car. Thankfully, I was the only person in the office at the time. Now I'm wearing my buttoned shirt untucked so I can cover my wet backside. I feel like a fucking idiot.
Mm.
I would too if you pissed on your own pants.
Yeah, I'm fucking mad at telling myself.
Next one is by Designer Cooch. See, that wakes you up.
Barely.
A Designer Cooch.
The fuck is going on with me?
I'm at work and I had to pee. Another person that had to pee. I do as any normal person does and go to the bathroom. Whenever I step inside, I'm absolutely curb stomped by the worst smelling ass-eating shit.
Curb stomped. I don't know if I've ever seen a curb stomp. Shit, it's brutal as fuck.
Yeah. By the worst smelling ass cannon shit stench I've ever smelled. This bathroom had multiple air fresheners that only made this poop assassination worse. I audibly and quite loudly go, "Holy shit, what did you eat?" I had assumed no one else was in there. I was wrong. This person's still taking the shit.
Jesus.
I had assumed no one else was in there. I was wrong. The culprit speaks up and quite timidly goes, "Oh, I'm sorry."
You should be saying I got shit all over the damn floor.
And she steps out. And this tiny little old lady, we make eye contact.
Just fucking dropping deuces, huh?
I pretend it wasn't me who said it. I'm the only one in there with her. Fast forward to 10 minutes, give or take 20, I don't know. Later, and I'm approached at my desk by none other than the booty bandit herself because she needs to check out.
The booty bandit.
It's awkward. We both pretend the interaction never happened, though.
I wouldn't blame him.
Alrighty, next one is by Luna DDLC. This person puts, I'm an American, and a few years ago I went to Costa Rica with my family. Unfortunately, a week before the trip, I was horribly constipated, causing me to look very, very bloated just in time for swimsuits.
Eesh.
A few days before Costa Rica, I was using the restroom a bit, but not enough to feel and look less bloated. Whenever I got to Costa Rica, the first 2 days were great, and I used the restroom a decent amount, but not enough to expel the unholy mountain residing inside of me. On the third day, though, I was having dinner with family, and the conversation went to being sick, and my mom started talking about how you can't drink tap water outside of the U.S. because your stomach wouldn't be able to handle it, and you'd spend hours in the bathroom.
You blow your whole asshole out, right? We drinking this water. That's a perfect morning in Mexico.
What I took away from this was that it would expel all brown abominations from inside my stomach. But I didn't even consider that she wasn't just talking about number 2, but also throwing up. I've had a fear of puking ever since I was 10, and I was put under for an ear surgery. Whenever I woke up from the surgery, the first thing I did was pound down a Chipotle burrito in the car, which was not my brightest idea. When I arrived home, puked all over the driveway for a consecutive minute, and it was the worst thing ever. Back to the story. Whenever I was home alone, I pounded cups and cups of tap water.
Pounded.
I felt fine for the rest of the day. 2 days later, though, well, minus all the horrible details, I'll just spend saying I spent 1 consecutive minute puking again.
Damn.
From Costa Rican water.
Don't drink water outside the U.S. That's like that.
Next one is by Boba T. Thanks. This person puts, today I screwed up by swallowing a tiny pill without water, and it ended up lodging in my throat for hours. I've taken pills without water before, especially during my chemo and radiation treatments 2 years ago. Sometimes I had to wake up to 11 pills in the morning, and if I drank water consistently, I'd never had a problem swallowing a couple in a row before sipping water. And yes, I drank a ton of water throughout the day. This time, however, was different. I felt the pill get stuck in the back of my throat, and despite drinking an entire glass of water, it won't budge. Desperate, I found ChatGPT's suggestion of eating soft food, but the pill remained stubbornly anchored in the back of my throat for what felt like an eternity. It was a small pill, so I wasn't worried about breathing or anything, but the discomfort was intense. Imagine the feeling of almost choking on something and needing to cough, but for hours to end, not being able to. To make matters worse, I had a one-on-one meeting with my boss during the ordeal. I didn't mention a thing, just hoped that he wouldn't notice my watery eyes from the constant discomfort. Eventually, after hours of this torture, the pill finally dislodged, but I learned my lesson. Always drink water with pills no matter what.
Look at those gel pills.
Yeah, like the Advils and stuff.
Not pretty quick. I think it goes bad.
And the last one for today. No bit 3854. This person puts, last Saturday, my boss Jorge invited some of us over for a barbecue.
Jorge. Is that what we have?
For a barbecue.
I don't know what the fuck's going on with me. What the hell am I so drowsy for?
I don't know.
The fuck?
Everything was chill. Good food, drinks, and laughs. Jorge's daughter was around 9, was running around talking about Easter. So, thinking she already knew the deal, I said, Natalie, you don't still believe in the Easter bunny, right? Expecting some laughs. Instead, she looked shocked, then burst into tears. Cue the death stares from Jorge and his wife. Jorge went to comfort her, leaving me standing there like a total idiot. The rest of the barbecue was awkward as hell. Eventually, Jorge suggested that I head out early, so I did, feeling like the biggest jerk ever. On Monday, I was sure I was getting fired, but Jorge didn't say a word about it. 2 days later, he pulled me aside and braced for the worst and said he told me that what I had done led to a good talk with Natalie about growing up and truths. He laughed and said, but seriously, leave Santa out of it. And things went back to normal. So yeah, I messed up, but maybe it wasn't all that bad. So he fucked up the Jorge.
Basically.
He fucked up Jorge's daughter, man. Why you do this to my daughter, eh?
Just fucking lied to her. No, he didn't lie to her. Told her the truth, basically. She was like, fuck all that.
That's my mija. Why you fuck with her? Come on, Nessie. That's all I've got for today.
Drowning. I don't know what the fuck's going on with me. I need a nap or something. Jesus, what is fucking wrong with me?
Well, with that, we will see you guys on the next one, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye.
Hey.